transformation and technology solutions partner. Our establishment our establishment is in 2010, and we are headquartered. One second, sorry. Yeah, we are headquartered in UK, Canada, USA, and India. We are pure Oracle staff expert on Oracle implementation. We are an Oracle Global Gold partner specialized into HR solution. And we specialize in delivering world-class IT solutions across industry verticals such as banking and financial services, IT, staffing, and manufacturing. And also we have a team of trained and certified consultants pertaining to PeopleSoft, Fusion, and Talent. We do work from offshore and on-site basis based on the customer requirements. We do support projects from our Kovaion office. So, and also we work with the client on-site. And many of our consultants are also working on-site closely with the customers on different various projects like upgrades, implementations, and support. And we offer our services mainly we offer our services mainly in consulting, implementation, and application maintenance and upgrade projects. And one second, sorry. So we also provide solutions on the below topics like data archiving, integration broker, performance tuning, change management, and data archiving. Recently, one of our customers had an upgrade from 8.9, PeopleSoft HCM 8.9 to 9.2, which is having a huge gap version of the gap. So we first had an archiving the data, the customer's data, and then we have imported using data mover and according to the 9.2 structures. So that is how we also support. We also provide solutions for data archiving and also integration broker, like working with different systems to connect with the different systems. We do create web services, and we also connect. So these kind of solutions we have provided to our customers in past. And these are the PeopleSoft customers we handle and we are handling. And for the customers like MBO, we support finance application support we do for MBO, and NSC we do support for HCM application. And also we have done a recent upgrade, people to 5.6 upgrade to Daimler. So we are building up our relations with different customers, and also we are gaining new customers. And these are the success stories which showcase the expertise of the Kovaion, whether it is in PeopleSoft or HCM Cloud or Telecom. We have done big implementation in UK customer region, which was leading IT organization, for which we did the recruiting and onboarding modules as well. And also we have several success stories published in Oracle websites where you can go and refer. And we proudly announce that Kovaion Consulting is the first company to implement Oracle HCM Cloud in Asia Pacific Japan region. And also we follow agile methodology to quickly and easily give the solutions, also to do the development and meeting the customer requirements. And coming to the life cycle, so we have different modules involved. We have different modules involved in HCM lifecycle, like recruiting the employee and then onboarding the employee, and then maintaining the options and also the time tracking, and managing the pay and benefits and also the compensation of the employee, and also performance of the employee. I mean, monitoring the performance of the employee, and also reviewing the performance of the employee at the end, and and also the optimizing workforce, which means that the layoffs, like if employee is not up to our expectations, so in that situations, like we do, we also do the layoffs, right? So all this comes into this HCM lifecycle, and we have different modules involved in it. And recently we have done um, time and labor and options management. We have implemented time and labor and options management for one of our customers successfully. I'm sorry, am I audible? Can you hear me? If yes, you can just message me so that I can continue. I'm waiting for the response from the audience. If all are able to hear my voice, I can continue. Okay, thank you. Thanks for the confirmation. Yeah, sure. And here, coming to the Kovaion cloud customers. So we have cloud supporting as well, and we have done multiple implementations of HCM, Talio, and Fusion. So these are the list of the customers where we have done implementation and supporting. We have done implementation of Fusion and Talio for CNSI, and also we have done implementation of Talio for S-Bank, and also we have done for NAS the same implementation of Talio, and also we are currently doing the support for Phoenix. So like this, we are supporting for these cloud customers on Talio and Fusion. So moving on to the next slide. And Kovaion Consulting, and I have a experience of 7+ years of experience in PeopleSoft. I have worked with the various clients, with the various US clients like Laureate Educational Universities, Blackboarding, Timing. I have involved in many of the upgrade and support projects, and I have majorly worked on PeopleSoft Finance and HCM and CRM. So this is about me. Moving on to the next agenda. So today's agenda is the introduction of the PeopleSoft branding, followed by the steps to create the branding, and also making simple customizations. Okay, I'll show you few customizations. How to do the classic plus screen changes, like changing the label font sizes, field sizes, etc. And followed by, I'll also I'll also tell about the limitations, and also we can discuss about the pros and cons of the custom branding. And followed by, we'll have a short demo of customizations. And coming to the business benefits. Coming to the business benefits, personalized look and feel of the application. So Oracle delivers 12 themes, 12 branding themes which we can apply according to our requirement. But wherein if you see there are few customers who has a brand value in a large volume. So those kind of customers, for example, like Mercedes-Benz, which is a very high brand in worldwide. So for them, like they want to personalize the application with their logo and also changing the background colors as well as the logo and background colors. So like these examples, and also changing the page sizes. Uh, can anybody hear me? Can I proceed? Hello? Can anybody hear me? Hello? Yeah. So here like this, we can change the logo and change the background colors according to the customer requirement, so which will make them uh, understanding about their brand value. So for that, we can personalize the application using this PeopleSoft custom branding. And recently, we have done custom branding for one of our clients. So we have done custom branding for one of our clients by changing the Classic Plus screen. So actually, Oracle delivered a Classic Plus screen which looks like a fluid screen. So the one of the clients were really not happy with the Classic screen. So we help them in changing the Classic screen according to their requirements. So using this custom branding, by this we got the recognition and also the trust of the customer, and also it increased our business value by getting few more projects from the customer. And by this custom branding, by putting the customer logo and changing of the colors of the application, so users will be logging in multiple times and seeing many times this customer's logo and the colors. So they will definitely have an good impression, as well as there will be the logo and the colors of the application will be fixed in their memory and their brain as a memory. So they will not forget, and they will identify easily. So this is our application. And also by doing this, by putting the customer logo, employees will know that the brand is having a huge impact in the market. So that gives them, so they are working in a very good organization. They are working in a brand they're working in a good brand company that gives them a pride and also the satisfaction. So in coming introduction to of branding, branding is a trademark or distinct identification of the organization or company. So with this branding, we can identify the customer easily, because we may not remember the names of the products most of the times, but by seeing the logo, by seeing the brand, we can easily identify that okay, this product is from this company. So that makes the impact of branding. So coming to the application branding, here we can change the look and feel of the application by using the custom branding. I mean, and also this custom branding is totally based on style sheet. So which is nothing but the CSS script. So it's very easy to learn. It's very easy to learn and do the modifications according to our requirements. So this is an by this CSS script, it is easy to do the customization to achieve the customer requirements. So here I have given the items which we can brand. So that like home pages and home pages, components, headers, footers, and also I have given examples of custom branding like changing the logo as well as background colors. So you can see this. And moving on to the branding steps. So here first thing is determining the branding requirement, which means that we have to sit with the customer and we need to figure it out like what they are expecting in the application. Pertaining to the branding, what changes they are expecting, like logo changes, the screen changes, and the background color changes, and also the collections, navigation collections. So for this, first we determine that what they are expecting, because what customer is expecting. After that, we will create the style objects, that is nothing but the style sheets according to the customer requirement. So here we create the style sheets by cloning it. Like we can clone the existing style sheet itself, and we can do the customization for that. So coming to the next one is define macros. Define macros is nothing but we can change the banner activities. I mean banner activities and the options of the banner, as well as the home icon, search icons, as well as the logo and the title of the home page. All these can be changed using the macros. So which is an optional one. So and also it requires a more effort compared to the style sheet cloning. And moving on to the next step is the define headers and footers. So define headers and footers, we define the header of the page. When we see the header of the page, we will see the home button option, home page option, as well as search, and then action list, and then navbar button. So all these can be managed in define headers, like whether you want to show it up to the only fluid pages or all the pages. So how do you want to show up the header? It will be defined in the header. And footers also is in the same way. When you see the home page, you will have circled options where you change the screens by moving on that. So that section is called the footer. So that can also be managed in the define headers and footers page. So this page is available in PeopleTools portal branding define headers and footers. So which is important for the defining the header and footer of the PeopleSoft component. And coming to the next one, assemble themes. So assemble themes, whatever the theme you create, if you don't assemble it, you will not be able to apply it. So we have to first assemble it. So the default theme, first we need to assemble, and then we can apply on the branding system options. So assembly themes will have again the theme of the classic components, as well as the home page header and the footer. So these three things will be defined in the assemble themes page. So after assembling themes, we can assign the theme to the PeopleSoft components. So coming to the next one, generate theme style sheets. So when you want to generate a theme style sheets in PIA itself, by not going to the application designer, instead of going to the application designer, you can create theme style sheets in PIA itself. So here also you have an option. There's a page where you can go and generate, and you can modify according to your requirement, so which is again an optional. And coming to the next one, create navigation collections. Yes, you can create the navigation collections to show up multiple pages, multiple components in one manner. I mean, in one single component. Like you can see the homepage. I mean, like employee address, employee details, modifying the name, additional names, all these into one single component. So that kind of navigation collections you can create, which is an optional one, and also configuring system options. This is the main step where we set up the whole branding of the system. So the whole branding of the system will be defined in branding system options page, which is available in PeopleSoft Portal branding. So here what we define in branding system options page, we define the theme, and we also define what theme style should be applied for Classic Plus components, and also what theme style should be applied for Fluid components. So here we are going to change this. Here we are going to define the theme style sheets. I mean the custom theme style sheets to apply our changes globally. I mean entire the application. So this is the important page which we need to be careful. And the last one is condition based branding. So the condition based branding is nothing but the role based branding. Suppose I want to show up for one user, I want to show up one different logo for another region people. Like if we take the regions, so for one region people we want to show up one different logo, and for another region people we want to show up the different logo. So at that time we can use the role based branding. Like for this role, if user is having this role, we can change the logo of the home page. I mean logo of the home page, or header of the header page, header options of the component, all this. So I mean the theme of the component. So that is the use of this condition based branding. So we have a page for this, that is assign themes. Assign themes is the page where we go and assign the themes according to the user requirement. Moving on to the custom branding steps. So customized branding object. So here I have given a screenshot of cloning the objects. So here I have given cloning the Classic Plus object, Classic Plus style sheet, and also changed the font size of the field. So here the KOV_PT Classic Plus is the custom Classic Plus style sheet, which I have cloned it from the delivered Classic Plus style sheet PT_Classic_Plus. And also I have modified the size. I have reduced the size of the field in Classic Plus page, which will affect globally. I mean to the all the components in the PeopleSoft, all the PeopleSoft Classic Plus components. And the fluid header on Classic page. So fluid header on Classic page is earlier we used to have Classic pages without back button enabled. Now we have back button. We can have back button enabled even on the Classic pages. Earlier it used to be only for fluid pages, but we can have it now for the Classic pages as well by defining the header of the Classic page in the assemble themes. So in the assemble themes page, as I said earlier, home page header will be there and footer will be there. Also the Classic Plus, the Classic components theme style will be there. This theme style, if we give the header fluid looking header style sheet in that Classic Plus theme style type, so it will show you the fluid header for the Classic pages. So by this we also go back to the previous pages from Classic pages as well. And branding system options, as I told in my previously. So this is the branding system options page where we define all the branding options for the PeopleSoft. So here the first thing is the default branding theme, which is like what is the head, what should be the header and what should be the footer and what should be the style, theme style of the component, classic component. So that is the default theme fluid which will be applied on whole PeopleSoft application. And the next one is the classic components. So here we have given theme type as classic plus, so which is introduced in X. So this one we are going to, as I shown in my previous screenshot, previous slide, the classic plus cloning will be done, and also that is a free from sub style sheet. We need to add that to the one more main style sheet, and then we can add it here in the branding system options. We cannot directly add PT classic plus style sheet here. So we have to first clone the style def tangerine, and then we have to clone the PT classic plus. After that cloning, the customized classic plus style sheet should be added to the custom style def tangerine style sheet, and then we can add it here. So, and also you can see the fluid component style sheet which we have. This one is for fluid pages. So if you want to change any colors, any logo, etc. things, you can change in the fluid components, and you can assign that style sheet here. So coming to the user attribute based things. So this is nothing but the role based, as I told, the role based branding. So in this assign branding themes page, you can have the multiple roles and multiple themes for each role. So, and also you have a priority option here. Suppose when the user has multiple roles, so they can have, I mean, suppose you have created two roles, one is with the blue theme, one is with the red theme. So, but one user has both the themes, I mean both the roles. So that time, what it will consider is the priority. So which one is the highest priority? Suppose if you say priority 1 and priority 2. Priority 1 is the blue theme and priority 2 is the red theme. So in that case, the first one, that is the highest priority, will be shown to the particular user, even though he has two roles. So priority comes into the picture at the time of when user is having both the roles available. And here you can, in the attribute value place, you can select the roles, and in the next tab, that is theme, there you are going to define, assign your custom theme, which can be shown to the user. And also you can override the fluid default homepage in the third tab, that is custom tabs and fluid homepage, where you can go and override the default homepage. And coming to the custom branding pros and cons. Pros are like ease of migration. So it is easy to migrate as because we are just cloning the delivered objects and we are making the customizations. So so that we will not have any confusion, we can simply add it to a project and we can do the migration. So which is the easy step. And configurable and customizable. Yes. So configurable. Suppose when you want to show up the delivered branding, so you don't want to custom branding, you want to move to the delivered branding at any time, you can just take out the style sheet assigned in the branding system options page. You can change it to the delivered style sheet, so that it will apply the delivered changes. So it is very easy to configure and customize, because we are just cloning the delivered objects and we are making the changes, which will not harmful to the existing delivered objects. And cons. So branding macros. Macros, as I told, macros will need more effort compared to the this cloning style sheet. It requires more effort on changing the logos as well as the titles in the action list, etc., etc. And objects created to application designer, like the style sheets created to application designer cannot be accessed in PIA, which cannot be modified in PIA. So that is one problem. And only you can have the defined header and footer, which is a PIA based style sheet. Like you cannot, it will be in the tree format. You can only access that, you can only edit and do anything with that defined header and footer style sheets. Rest of these style sheets, like the component style sheet, classic plus component style sheet, and this default theme fluids, all these can be accessed through application designer only. So that's one problem. And coming to the role based, as I told, the role based, it is an effective date based, so which you cannot delete once you create it in the system. So only you can create, and if you want to unapply the changes, you can just change the effective date so that it will not be applicable for the users. So only that can be done. You cannot completely delete it from the system. And I'll have a short demo. Just a moment, I'll just have a short demo which I have done for the role-based branding as well as the classic plus grids. So moving on here in the assign themes page, you can see that the blue color theme is coming up. So I have created two roles, the Kovaion branding blue theme role and Kovaion branding red theme role. So I have two themes assigned. So here currently the PS login is having both the roles assigned to the user profile. So that's the reason you are seeing the priority highest one, the blue theme on the header page. So I'll go and remove one of the role, and it will change to the red. So I'm deleting the role, the blue theme role, and I'm saving it. So I'll log out and I'll log in again. If I go to any component, suppose if I go to any component, I'll go to the job component. Oh, just a moment. It should be having. I think I need to clear the cache. Just give me one moment. Yeah, here it is changed. So you can see that red theme is coming now, as I have unassigned the role of blue theme. Now I'm going to change it to the blue theme, which will affect. So I'm removing the red theme. I'm signing out. I'm closing the browser. I'm logging back again. So here if I go to the recent pages, you can see the blue theme is coming now. So this is how we can control the branding using role based. And I would like to show up with classic plus changes, classic plus screen changes, which I have done. If you see the job data, you can see this employee ID, employee record in the this font size is reduced. If you see the delivered screen, it will be little bigger than this, and I have reduced it using the Kovaion PT Classic Plus style sheet. So this is how we can develop, customize the Classic Plus pages as well as the branding themes. So that's all from my side. If anybody has any questions, you can message me in the chat box. I can reply.
Hello, Shiva, you're able to hear me? Shiva, you're able to hear me?
So handling branding, how is branding customizations handled during upgrade? So here in our one of our customers, we have done the branding when they were going for upgrade. So that time what we do is we clone the objects and we save it as in one project, and we have the comparisons between the delivered new delivered versions in the current custom objects. After comparing it, whatever the changes whatever the changes we find, so we will incorporate those into our custom style sheet, and we will apply into the new version. So that is how we handle branding during the upgrade. Any more questions?
Shiva, are you able to hear me?
Yes, we can do that for a single component. We can do that using the component branding page, which is available in PeopleTools portal branding. So the question asked is, can branding changes be made for a single classic page? Am I right? Is that the right question? You can just message me so that I can answer. Yeah, so for single classic page, yes, we can do that using the component branding. I can probably show you. Here we can do the branding for single component. Like for example, I have done for this particular page itself. I can select the Classic Plus theme and I can assign the custom Classic Plus style sheet here. I have changed in this style sheet. I have changed. I mean, I have reduced the label font size of the field. So you can. I will show once I log out and log in back. It will be reflected. So for this particular component itself I have done, you can see that the component name is showing very small, so which I have done the change. So I'm going to remove back. I'm going to unassign the style sheet, which will come back to the. So this will again, yeah, this change. So if I go back and come back to that page, it will be again a normal classic page. So that's how we can apply the branding to the classic page. You can see this.
Shiva, we have one more
Any more
question.
questions?
Can you please show how to add company logo as a watermark?
For this, there are detailed steps. So you can probably email to our generic email ID. You can email to that so that I can connect with you and I can tell you the steps to be done. Any more questions?
Okay, I don't think there are any more questions, Shiva. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. So for more information on the role-based branding, you can go to this link and you can read more and get to know more about the role-based branding and the following link. Also, if you have any clarifications, any questions on custom branding related, you can email us to PeopleSoft@kovaion.com. We will reply to that. Thank you all. Thanks for joining the meeting.
Thank you.